Having my oatmeal. Hey, you guys, look up Kierkegaard. He's a Danish philosopher, died like in 1855. It's the absurdity of life. I think you'd really enjoy it if you've never been exposed to it. These old philosophers, Aristotle, Kierkegaard, all those guys, were just, like the people that wrote the Constitution. It's like, what happened to them all? We don't have anybody like that around any longer. Everything's been watered down. Uh, Even Shakespeare, I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff. It just doesn't interest me. But when you think of when he wrote that at that time, Plato, all those guys. I mean, this is how I got into these books. It's just as I got older, I never messed with drugs, didn't drink much, but everything else I did. And then you buy shit, and you have toys and airplanes, and you move, and you eat out and take nice vacations, and you just start to get bored with it, no matter what it is. Boats, cabins, marriage, girlfriend's life. Then you start to look at what's important and how to figure this whole clusterfuck out. And if you read these old philosophers, I could give you the names or some books if it interests you. It'll keep you from going insane. This is where the good shit's at, and I'll tell you why. Because in this day and age, everybody's got like 5 seconds of attention. If you're not really stimulated in some kind of way, you switch around. Like when you surf YouTube, you watch 30 seconds of this, 40 seconds of that. I mean, I could put a video up of the Leaning Tower of Pisa burning and falling over, and nobody'd watch it from beginning to end. It's just the way it is nowadays. And when that's the format to try to entertain or make a profit through a movie or a story or a book or an article, good luck. It's just tough to do. So the good stuff isn't that stimulating, but in the big picture it is. You learn a lot more. The really good stuff is in a book. And I know I joke about liberals and stuff like that. Look, it's really independent. I know liberals that are good people in all other aspects other than how they voted. And if it wasn't for these liberal schools, a lot of these good books would never be published. They publish this great content knowing that they're going to go in the hole. I mean, I see just fantastic books all over the place on Aristotle, all these old philosophers, all these early scientists, Mendel, genetic studies, that kind of stuff. You'll see one on Joan Rivers on vacation. It's $9, and you'll see just this fantastic book on Galileo hardcover, and it'll be $1.50. That's the culture we're in now. So I actually lived long enough to get to the good stuff, the stuff that takes a discipline. It does. I've had to discipline myself to read. I don't sit around enjoying reading books. I enjoy knowing about these things, but I don't enjoy it as I'm doing it. I enjoy doing it after I understand it. Big difference. And I struggle through getting through a lot of this shit. But at the end of the day, it's well worth it. I highly recommend you to do this. Now, I buy new books sometimes. I support this trans gay bookstore up in Athens, pay full price happily. They're really sweet, nice people. As I've said a million times, I don't care about that stuff. Good luck to you. I wish you all a big cock. I just don't want to pay for it. I consider it an elective surgery, just like breast augmentation or a facelift. If you want to change your sex, have at it. Good luck to you. I really wish you the best. But the books is where it's at. Still is. Thank God they're still publishing, because nobody is ever going to make a movie this long. You'd need to take a week's vacation. So just be thankful that this stuff is still around. Hardcover books. Oh, but what I was going to say is, go on eBay. I buy a lot of books. There's these companies that go around, and what they do, they're nonprofits, and they clean out libraries don't keep books forever, right? It's not a museum, it's a library. So you're constant, there's a name for that. And they get rid of their books quarterly or yearly or whatever, and these companies buy them up, and then they resell them. One of the places that I buy the most books from is Better World Books out of Toledo, Ohio. I get like stacks of good hardcover books, $3, $4, $5. I might pay more. I've gotten neurological books before in the wrapper that were like $350 new for $6 free shipping. It's the way to go. Go on eBay. It's way better prices than Amazon, except sometimes for brand new releases, which I hardly get because nobody talks about new releases in philosophy or science. It's always some stupid tell-all book on the New Year bestsellers list, which I think is a joke. There's so much crap on there, it's ridiculous. That's another thing we'll talk about sometime, bestsellers list, bunch of bullshit. So try to do that, and I think you'd really be happy. It'll give you an edge on the absurdity of life and the meaning behind things and how you place value on things. It's just ridiculous. So have a good day. I'm going to polish off my oatmeal. I'm going to ignore any doctor's advice. I've been having stomach problems, I've done everything, taken every medication. And I'm drinking a damn big black coffee, too. You know why? Because my stomach hurts just as much if I drink one as when I don't. So I might as well drink one. Why not? Know what I mean? If I got better, I wouldn't do it. I've tried it. Hell, I don't eat red meat. Haven't had alcohol in almost a year. Shit. I quit eating it all. You guys party on. Try to make it to a chat tonight. Think about things throughout the day that we've discussed and things that you'd like to address that we can bring up in an open forum and discuss. No judgment. If you're having problems married, you're just embarrassed about this shit, make a fake screen name and come on anonymously. That's where you get to the thing, the really crux of the matter if your marriage is in the shitter or your life's not going well, you're not going to sit there on a laptop and talk about this shit while your spouse is watching TV. It's not to make things worse, it's to make them better and to talk comfortably about things that you can't talk to other people about normally. That's a lot of the value in a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a social worker. It's somebody that isn't going to blab to the world what you just told them in confidence. It's an ethics violation. It's a veil of secrecy that's worth it, even if everything else sucks. Party on, let's rock on. Rock the free world.